Oddballs, it's Amy and welcome back to my channel. I am so tired. Oh my gosh. As many of you know, I'm training to be a teacher and I started my first placement in a real school this week. And it's only Wednesday and I'm not even teaching anyone yet because I'm just on observation. So all I'm doing is observing and yet I am wiped out. Like, I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night. 8 o'clock! But all of that is totally irrelevant to today's video. So recently I got a request from one of my subscribers, Emily, to do a storytime video from when I was a teenager. For a while I've been wanting to make a video about bullies and my personal experience when I was in school with dealing with bullies. I want to start by saying that bullying is a real serious issue, and too often I feel like people kind of have the attitude of, oh well, you know, that's just a normal part of life, everyone has to go through it. But that's not true. People shouldn't have to go through that because there shouldn't be people in the world who are mean and vindictive and go out of their way to make other people's lives miserable and to make them feel excluded and like they're not valuable and like there's something wrong with them. And we shouldn't be normalising that kind of behaviour. And we should all always be aiming to be kind and respectful of one another. With that said, I'm going to tell you guys a couple of my personal experiences with bullies. I will be honest with you, I have dealt with bullies for my entire life as a very, very small child. And then even right up to when I got my first job, which I was surprised at because I thought bullying was something that just happened when you're young. But unfortunately that's not the case, and you will probably come across bullies throughout your entire life, which is an uplifting thought. So when I went to secondary school, in my year group, there was this group of kids who really thought they were super cool. I feel like every year group in every school since the dawn of time has had a group of kids like this group of kids. You know, we were 12 and they'd be out partying on the weekend, drinking WKDs or Bacardi Breezes, if anyone remembers what those were. And they were like, I'm too cool to learn things, I'm too cool to be here. They were not the world's most friendly and approachable group of people, shall we say. Really was like Mean Girls, in that they had like a little triangle within their clique and there was like the queen bee on top and then there were two girls who were like constantly vying to be her BFF, and then there were like the lesser people down the bottom, and it was a very clear structured hierarchy of friendship. It was all very strange to me at the time. I will hold my hands up right now and say that I have never been cool, nor will I ever be cool, and I'm okay with that. So we were on completely different ends of the spectrum in terms of what was important to us and how we lived our lives. So one year when we were in year 7, which if you don't know, that's the first year of secondary school, so we hadn't been in the school very long, and we were getting on the bus back from a PE trip to the tennis courts. I hated PE with a passion and still do, like forced exercise. What's that about? Anyway, so we were on the bus coming home from PE and all the cool kids were sat at the back because those are the rules of life. But I could hear the queen bee, let's call her Marjorie, but she was talking about me and my friends. I don't remember what she was saying, but she was saying something really mean. So I turned around and I just kind of looked at her like, hey, I see you there talking about me. And she just turned to me and she was like, oh, Amy, obviously I wasn't talking about you, you know, I wouldn't be talking about you like that, as if we were like BFFs. And I kind of just said, you know, well, that's okay because your opinion means nothing to me. What a brave little naive 12-year-old I was. To this day, I'm still super proud of myself for kind of sticking up for myself and being like, hey, I don't care what you think, because I didn't care what she thought. But when you're a teenager and you're going through that whole super awkward puberty adolescent phase, which nobody enjoys, it's really easy to just want to give in to peer pressure or just like duck out of awkward situations so that you will fit in and you won't be the weirdo with the target on your back. For the next 5 years, I was the weirdo with the target on my back. And those girls were really catty and bitchy anyway, and so they were catty and bitchy to everyone, but it always felt like they were especially catty and bitchy to me. I can't really remember many of the specific things that they said to me. I just know that throughout those years, it felt like I was a target for, you know, any kind of mean, catty comment. And there was this guy as well who was in that group, and he would, anytime he saw me in school, he would just like with his shoulder just like barge into me and kind of like knock me off my feet. Like it really hurt because obviously he was a lot bigger than me. So that really hurt, and it was also super embarrassing because he made such a big deal about it, and then everyone would see and I'd be like falling over and stuff, and they were just really cruel kids. Like they were not nice people. I don't know what kind of people they've grown up to become, but I wouldn't want a reunion in a hurry. So I do remember that one of the things that Marjorie would always comment on was my ears. So I have very sticky outy Dumbo ears, which has been a target for bullies since my birth. So Marjorie, being the creative genius she was, really jumped on the ear bandwagon and started making fun of me. I try my very hardest to never let what other people say about me or what other people think about me affect the way that I feel about myself. That is something that I've worked on really hard over the years, and I feel proud of that because it's so easy to give in to peer pressure or worry what other people think, and it's a miserable, miserable time when you start to do that and you start to be concerned with what everyone else is saying about you. But the ear thing did bother me because it's something that is like a recurring thing that I've been dealing with bullies since I was little. So after 5 long years of dealing with Marjorie and her cruel taunting, I left school and left all those kids behind me. And it was about 2 years after I left school that I was talking to someone who worked with Marjorie, and they asked, you know, oh, well, do you remember Marjorie from school? Because you guys would have been in the same year group. Marjorie had confided to this person that when she was born, her ears stuck out so much from the side of her head and was so big that she had to have an operation as a baby to have her ears pinned back. Are you serious? This girl spent 5 years teasing me about my big ears when her ears were so big when she was born that they had to be pinned back. I find it really interesting that my ears are what she chose to like focus in on and pick on. That must have come from some kind of insecurity on her part. So the point of the story is that bullying often comes out of a place of really deep insecurity. Happy, confident, well-rounded people don't go out of their way to make other people's lives miserable and make other people feel bad about themselves. Before I end this video, I just want to say to you guys, if you are being bullied, if someone is making your life difficult or makes you feel less than wonderful, then you need to tell someone. And I know that's often easier said than done, but no one has the right to make you feel that way. And don't give them the opportunity. They are not worth your time. You are beautiful, wonderful people, all my oddballs out there. I love you so much, and the thought of anyone bullying you or making you sad just breaks my heart. And the best advice I can give you is just to love yourself. If you're confident in yourself and who you are, and if you can disregard what other people think and say about you, it's so empowering, and you'll always be happy because your happiness just depends on you rather than everyone else. I'm an oddball and I embrace that, and I want you guys to embrace your oddballness too, okay? Because you're perfect just the way you are. Trust me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was something a little bit different, but it's something that's really been on my mind recently, so I wanted to get it out there. If you did enjoy this, then please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And for those of you who have, remember you are my oddballs, and I love you. You are fabulous people. I'm gonna go ahead and go because it is already getting super dark, and it's only 4:30. Oh my goodness. I hope you all have a beautiful day and I will see you all next time. Bye!